Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of Dread Captures. First of all, I would like to take a minute to apologize for the audio, or lack thereof, in the last video. During the uploading process, I somehow muted the entire second half of the video, and didn't realize until it was too late. Yeah. So anyhow, I added those clips to the end of this video, and I hope you'll enjoy them with the proper audio. If not, like I said, this is a brand new video. Thank you all for your support, your understanding, and let's get into the captures. As the old adage goes, forests are believed to be inhabited by werewolves and witches who emerge at night. However, it seems that one of these malevolent entities has chosen to reveal itself during daylight hours. This video, shot at an undisclosed location, captures a car driving through an orchard of some sort, when the driver spots a peculiar creature on the side of the road. Initially identified as a small animal, the creature is soon revealed to be a small, faceless figure crouched and/or eating something. The creature quickly scurries away upon seeing the car approach. Is this truly a little creature? Or just a fabricated hoax? What do you guys think? I will say this. One commenter said that this was just a skunk. And the more and more I watch it, the more I'm inclined to think they are right. The body of the supposed creature running away might just be the tail of the skunk, even though the tail looks huge. I don't know, I'm definitely interested in your thoughts on this one. In this awesome clip, we see a mountain lion after a coyote. So the first picture is of the mountain lion as she comes around the corner after the coyote. You can kind of see the tail of the coyote off the left of the screen. The trail camera didn't pick it up until it was too late. The other angle we'll see is the coyote just drinking from the watering hole. You can tell he's very wary of what's going on. As the coyote nips the water, the mountain lion approaches from behind. He takes off and you can see the cloud of dust as the lion and coyote scuffle. This is a tough matchup for the coyote. The mountain lion is an assassin, an apex predator, and the coyote, while tough, gains most of his strength from the pack. He can't stand toe-to-toe with a massive predator like the mountain lion. His best bet is to try to flee and not get caught, which unfortunately does not happen today. Another amazing video here, but don't worry, this one has a happy ending. Pay attention to the right side of your screen. This is just unbelievable. Look at the deer battling. Such resilience. And she gets away. It's just crazy. This is probably one of the most amazing clips I've seen. A man fishing in Canada had been watching two adult bald eagles perched atop a tree near their nest. Well, somehow a bear noticed them also. And the next thing you know, this massive black bear is scaling up this tree. Mom and Dad leave the nest and are squawking and trying multiple swooping flybys, trying to dissuade the bear from advancing any further. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen and the bear keeps going. The man says this went on for a solid 15 minutes until the bear reached the top and pulled a rather large-sized eaglet out of the tree and brings him to the ground. While this is an amazing camera capture and seems out of the ordinary, I would bet this is more common than we might think. Bears are great climbers. We know they love to eat, and frankly, they have nothing to worry about in regards to predators. Nevertheless, amazing footage, and I know that guy was happy that that water was in between he and the bear. Coming across a big cat like this mountain lion in the woods would be pretty terrifying, and something you would not soon forget, unless you never knew in the first place. In this picture, you can see the man smiling, very happy, because he had a successful hunt on this huge deer, and now he's going to get his buddy to take a picture of him with it. However, only when the flash goes off does the picture reveal what is lurking behind him. Look at that, the lion's eyes shining as she watches him. We only have this one picture. We don't know if the lion was already hiding in the bushes because the deer had fallen there, or if the lion had been stalking the man, waiting to attack. Now, at the end of the day, I don't imagine the lion is that picky. I think he'd eat either one of them. But seeing this picture must have made this man's heart drop. When interviewed later, the man said he heard a ruckus in the bushes. Unbeknownst to him, most likely this lion was chasing and catching some other prey very nearby. Man, it would have been amazing to capture that on camera too. Anyhow, what an amazing deer and an awesome keepsake to have in this picture. A trail cam installed in the woods of Michigan State in September 2016 captured something spooky. Initially, everything was fine. The camera filmed adorable moments of tiny eaglets in their nest. But suddenly, a black bipedal creature appeared from behind a tree below the nest and walked away. Due to the blurred image, it's difficult to identify the creature. However, many people believe it was a Bigfoot. There have been numerous sightings of Bigfoot reported over the years, and this recent incident has only added fuel to the fire. Naysayers will say there's a lack of concrete evidence, but Bigfoot continues to captivate the thoughts of people around the world. What do you guys think? Was this a Bigfoot? If it's not, it's quite the elaborate hoax. Okay, so someone would have to know that the camera was there. Someone would have to get a Bigfoot suit. They would have to walk within the range of the camera, be picked up on film, and then hope someone even notices them. And then what? I mean, you guys saw how small the image was on the camera. It was barely picked up. How many times might someone have to do something like this before they're even noticed? It seems like a lot of work for nothing. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I know this video has been floating around forever. Just a great video of mountain lion cubs here. It is rare to see mountain lion cubs in the wild, and trail camera footage is really one of the only ways you get to see them. It's definitely the safest, that's for sure. Because if you see mountain lion cubs, I hope you have some protection because mom is very, very close by. The cubs are born with spots to help them blend in and provide camouflage from other predators. Just really cool footage here. This video may be one of the rarest, as it captures an incredibly shocking moment. It begins with a wild boar walking normally, And the trail camera is doing precisely what it's designed to do: record the footage. However, within a matter of seconds, the scene takes a dramatic turn. Out of nowhere, the animal collapses to the ground and struggles to stand back up. Suddenly, its body begins to tremble and its legs shake violently. And watch this. A plume of black smoke emerges from its body, and then it becomes still. According to the person who owns the trail camera, unfortunately, the animal was later found dead in the same area. Okay, now I'm really perplexed about this. What the heck happened here? Someone said his soul left his body. I don't think so. Could he have been shot and then somehow the gases inside of him are coming out? Seriously, what could this be? This next video shows us something completely off the wall. A bunch of birds were flying high, and suddenly they fell quickly and forcefully to the ground. Now, I've seen this clip a bunch of times, like most of you probably have, but this is still unlike anything I've ever seen before that. Some of the birds got up and flew away, but others didn't move and seemed to have died in the crash down to earth. Later on, it was confirmed that some of the birds did die in the collision. So my question: what would make this flock of birds crash into the ground in such a way that some would die? I feel like I need to know. I almost didn't put this video in this series because, like I said, I figured most people have seen it, but then I thought, the viewers of this channel are smart. Someone will know something. I have scoured through the comments of other videos and I've yet to see a good explanation for this. So please let me know what you think happened here. A strange video captured by a trail camera has gained widespread attention after it allegedly shows a spooky figure in a forested, undisclosed location. The footage starts off pretty normal, but then a strange creature enters the frame from the left side, crawling on all fours. This eerie creature appears to be lumbering through the woods like a large, bulky animal. However, its behavior, specifically the way it stops and looks around, does not match any known animal traits from this area, or in general really. As the video was captured from a distance, it's difficult to make out the exact nature of the creature. Nevertheless, many people are speculating that it might be the infamous and terrifying creature known as the rake. Let's think about this. Imagine you set up a trail camera to catch the predator that is eating your livestock and you capture this footage. A humanoid creature creeping through the back of your property, heading straight for the barns. First of all, what is this thing? It's obviously walking on 2 feet, but it doesn't move like a human. Even if it is a camera glitch, making the thing translucent, I can't think of anything else that moves that way. As we watch it again in slow motion, you can see that its eyes are glowing too. Man, this is pretty wild. I'd love to know what this could be. Now, I've seen a few of these videos online, but this one is actually pretty funny. Someone has hung a mirror in the woods and set up a trail camera to capture this bear's reaction. And you can tell that the bear 100% thinks there's another bear in front of him. He checks behind the mirror and then eventually rips it down. As we watch it again, you can see the bear getting more agitated and becoming more aggressive. Anyhow, just a cool thing to capture on camera. This next Bigfoot video is taken in southeast Oklahoma. Now, most of Oklahoma is just flat land, but the southeast portion is heavily wooded and an area that could easily be home to Bigfoot. The Bigfoot Researchers Organization has traveled out there to conduct an investigation into a potential Bigfoot caught on camera. They are hoping their recreation will shed some light onto the validity of this video. The video in question was taken in 2011. It involves two kids who are filming a video to teach viewers how to cook the best s'mores. You can see them going along giving direction, and in the background, someone or something runs by. The boys are none the wiser. They don't react to the creature. In fact, it wasn't until 2 days later that they even noticed the creature in the background of the video. Two of the members of the BFRO really believe this is a Bigfoot, while another one remains skeptical. And this may not be a Bigfoot, but I have to agree that the boys' body languages and demeanors seem genuine. And I don't think they had anything to do with creating a hoax, if this is what it turns out to be. After the recreation, the more skeptical BFRO member explains that this creature is of human size and human height, and there is no definitive evidence at all that this is a Bigfoot, and not just a regular person. She goes on to explain that there are houses in the general vicinity and someone could be easily running in the tree line. And furthermore, and a bit damning if you ask me, is that this town has a history of Bigfoot. There is a Bigfoot gift shop and even a festival each year celebrating the creature. She makes an interesting comment saying, quote, "Is this an example of the evidence creating the myth? Or the myth creating the evidence?" The believers counter that it was 114 degrees that day. No one would be running in a Bigfoot suit in that temperature. They really feel that the kids and father are not involved, and southeast Oklahoma is a Bigfoot hotbed, with multiple sightings each year. Anyhow, both sides put up a nice argument. Let me know what you guys think. I do believe that the kids most likely didn't have anything to do with the figure, but I just don't know. This next camera capture is a badger just minding its own business when two coyotes start to gang up on it. However, the badger here isn't going down without a fight. He's able to even the playing field by moving into the sticks where the coyotes can't move around as well. Eventually, these guys give up, realizing this isn't worth it. In May of 2015, a mushroom hunter is recording himself on a routine hunt in the northern Illinois forest when he is blown away by a startling sound coming from somewhere nearby. The hunter has never heard anything like that and pans his camera back and forth around the woods to see if he can spot anything, but he sees nothing.
I think it's time to go.
Let me know what you guys think about this clip. This is just an incredible video. We see this guy trying to feed a bald eagle. Just watch. This guy is incredibly lucky. The eagle's talons could have really messed this guy's hands up. In Mount Baker National Forest, some tourists were lucky enough to capture this round and round between a small and very quick squirrel and a pine marten. The pine marten looks like a full-size squirrel, but that's just how much bigger than he really is than this squirrel. This is a great compilation of cats catching birds. The third one is my personal favorite. But look how unbelievably athletic and agile these cats are. It's impressive. This first video just might give you goosebumps. Before we dive deep, I want to know your opinion. I want you to look closely during the video and with your best educated guess. Let me know. Do you think the creature in this video might be a Bigfoot, a skinwalker, or a shapeshifter? It looks pretty strange. The video is set in a thick forest with open green fields. The person filming finds something interesting. He notices an unusual pile of branches that looks like a basic shelter, but it doesn't seem man-made. Things get eerie when strange noises come from the depths of the woods, making him quickly back away. However, he's too curious and continues to explore. As the weird noises happen again, he zooms in with the camera and sees a mysterious creature hidden in the trees. The trees seem to be filled with tension, as if they're also scared of this strange being. While our brave videographer stays put, there's a point when it's best to listen to nature's warning signs. After a few more spooky moments and identifying where the noises are coming from, he quickly leaves. When we slow down the video, we can see the mysterious shadowy figure standing tall among the trees. This video leaves us with questions. What is this creature? Some think it's a skinwalker, others guess a shapeshifter. What do you think? Do you think it's real? The following footage originates from Yellowstone National Park located in Wyoming. Given the park's extreme popularity as a tourist destination, it's monitored by numerous security systems. These high-tech surveillance cameras dot various points across the expanse of the park. They are managed and overseen by highly reputable park personnel. That sets the context for why the ensuing clip is so captivating. Shared on TikTok in August, the clip features some sizable entities wandering through the forest. When we widen the shot, the scene becomes even more intriguing. These two-legged beings certainly mirror the descriptions of Bigfoot. Note that this area is rather secluded, making it improbable for a regular person to be roaming there. Considering their stature and girth, they couldn't possibly be humans. They seem to be covered in fur from top to bottom. While Yellowstone is known for its breathtaking beauty and wonder, many cryptozoologists claim that Yellowstone is a major hub for Bigfoot sightings, with numerous reports emerging annually from this park alone. Given these facts, It's understandable why many say that these are genuine Sasquatches captured on film. Both park officials and the online community remain astounded by the video. It's undeniably compelling evidence. In 2019, Donald Bromley installed a trail camera near his home in Redgate, Montana, aiming to document the movements of local wildlife. However, instead of capturing wild animals, he discovered something unexpected. The camera Donald used was designed to take a series of consecutive photos whenever it sensed motion. To his surprise, one set of photos revealed a figure, a grayish, bald entity with no distinguishable features. It resembled a human silhouette, but there was something eerie and unfamiliar about it. Could it be an extraterrestrial presence lurking in the darkness? When speaking to a news station in an interview, Donald shared his initial reaction. He had thought it might be a person, but the more he examined the image, the more he began to doubt that conclusion. Redgate, which is located near Deer Lodge, is known for its unexplained occurrences. In the circles of paranormal and UFO enthusiasts, Redgate is often labeled a place of high strangeness. This term suggests that the area frequently witnesses mysterious and inexplicable events. They also mention that your car may just stop running or your headlights turn off and on unexplainably. This isn't the first time such a peculiar incident has been associated with this region. This area has the most alien sightings per capita in the United States. In Great Falls during the 1950s, a noteworthy event took place. Around 11:30 in the morning, as Mariana was exploring the reserve seating section at Legion Park, a minor league baseball field, he spotted two shiny spherical objects soaring above the smelter stack of the plant. They were at a height he estimated to be about 5,000 feet. They were extremely shiny discs moving at a high rate of speed. Shocked, Mariana did a double take, rubbing his eyes to ensure he wasn't imagining things. To make sure he wasn't going crazy, he immediately called his secretary over to check it out. And witness what he was seeing. This sighting by Nick Mariana wasn't an isolated incident in 1950. However, what set Mariana's experience apart was concrete evidence.
As I looked up, I saw two silvery objects moving swiftly out of the northwest. They appeared to be moving directly south. The objects were very bright and about 10,000 feet in the air. They appeared to be of a bright, shiny metal, like polished silver. Both were the same size and were traveling at the same rate of speed, which was much slower than the jets which shot by shortly after I filmed the disc.
He had 16mm footage that seemed to show these flying discs. Take a look at what he captured. Later, he was interviewed by the U.S. military. He handed over the video while they did their investigation. After the interview, military officials claimed the video showed nothing but the common fighter jet. He wasn't buying it. Mariana also immediately said that the video had been tampered with. A good 35 seconds at the beginning had been altered. Years later in 1952, Mariana resubmitted the video to the United States Air Force, and a new conclusion was reached. Air Force officials threw out the original conclusion and went on to say that they had ruled out balloons, meteors, birds, and even fighter jets. The objects are currently classified as unidentified, and Mariana's video rests in the National Archives. So, given these accounts, one has to wonder, is this region a magnet for extraterrestrial encounters? The video clip recently shared on Instagram has left many scratching their heads. It captures a remarkable scene of the night sky, where a bizarre light pulsates brightly. However, the mystery deepens as thick clouds appear to block part of this illumination. Check it out.
Seem normal to anyone else? Oh, shoot.
Many who've seen this clip have exclaimed that they've observed a similar phenomenon before. While some are quick to dismiss it as a hoax, others believe it might be related to the so-called Project Bluebeam, For those unfamiliar with Project Blue Beam, theorists suggest that NASA, in collaboration with the United Nations, is developing advanced technology that can project large-scale simulations into the sky using satellites placed in various locations around our planet. According to this conspiracy theory, with the help of the supposed Antichrist, these projections would simulate events such as the second coming of Jesus. The purported endgame? To unify all of humanity under a single religion within the framework of Project Blue Beam. Advocates of this theory believe this would pave the way for establishing total global control, setting the stage for the rapid inception of the New World Order. In simple terms, some folks believe that powerful groups are using high-tech methods to stage massive sky events, tricking people into following a new global order. It's a fascinating and controversial topic, and this recent video has only added more fuel to the fire. Let me know if you've heard about this supposed project, and what you think about what was captured on film. Just a feel-good story here. A crew were out rafting when they noticed a bald eagle was hurt and struggling to get to shore. Check this out and watch till the end when she calms down and cuddles up with the guy. Also, check out the talons. What a creature and what a story. The upcoming video features a man who was enjoying a daytime hike. After trekking for a bit, he came across an open space and began hearing unusual, almost unhuman sounds. He promptly took out his camera to record, and suddenly a figure emerges from the distance. Many label this as a potential Bigfoot encounter. The being seems notably broader and taller than your typical human, and while details are tricky to determine, zooming in hints at a possibility, the figure is covered in hair. The original uploader titled the video, "So you don't believe in Bigfoot?" Given the short length of the video and its limited context, it's challenging to definitively claim its authenticity. However, the setting appears to be somewhere in the countryside of the United States. This clip certainly leaves us pondering and filled with questions. The unsettling video you're about to witness was first shared by Express, and it captured an event that happened right in Colombia. Picture yourself just walking down the street, minding your own business, and then suddenly you hear this eerie crying sound. It stops you dead in your tracks. You're not the only one. Other passersby stop too. Everyone looking around to find the source of the noise. In the video, you can make out the figure of a woman who appears to be perched high up in a tree. Now, the footage isn't crystal clear. It's actually a bit blurry. Because of that, we can't see any distinct physical features. However, it does look like she's wearing a light, almost transparent dress. People who saw this are starting to think that this could be La Llorona, a well-known figure in folklore. For those not familiar with the story, La Llorona is most commonly described as an indigenous woman who had children with a wealthy Spaniard. When he abandoned her, she was so consumed by despair that she killed her own kids. She's said to roam around wailing in sorrow, forever mourning her lost children. So now the big questions are, what is this figure really? Could it actually be the legendary La Llorona? Or is this just some kind of prank meant to freak people out? The jury's still out, but the footage is certainly causing a lot of chatter. Let me know if you all have heard of this story. The mysterious yet touching video from an aged care home has captivated many. This particular footage comes from Norton Hall, a residential care home located in a historic building near the city of Worcester. This home is dedicated to providing long-term care for the elderly. But recently, a peculiar event has left both staff and residents puzzled. Night after night, they reported hearing the distinctive sound of a cat meowing, echoing through the hallways, even though there was no sign of a cat in the facility. Taking it upon himself to solve the mystery, the caretaker conducted a thorough search of the property, hoping to find and calm the restless feline. Despite his best efforts, the source of the meowing remained elusive. Hoping to get to the bottom of this mystery, the facility set up a camera in the corridor where the meows were most frequently heard. What they captured was as baffling as it was unsettling. The footage showed a cat wandering past the lens. But here's the twist. The cat appeared transparent, almost ghostly. Even more eerie, the night that this footage was taken turned out to be significant. Martha Mildred Jones, one of the residents of Norton Hall, passed away peacefully in her sleep that very night. In her younger years, Martha was known for running a cat shelter. The most chilling part? After this eerie occurrence, the phantom meows ceased entirely. No more cat sounds were reported. This leaves us with an intriguing question. Could the spectral cat have been there to guide Martha on her journey to the next life? In this Reddit post, a user shares a video captured on their driveway late at night. At first, everything seems perfectly normal. But then, out of nowhere, a mist begins to form in one corner of the frame. What makes it especially odd is its color, a distinct shade of green. As the camera angle shifts, we see a dog in the scene, and this dog seems to be staring intently at this unusual mist. People in the comments have started to speculate about what this could be, and one suggestion that keeps coming up is that this mist might be an ectomist, also commonly referred to as a ghost mist. These terms are often thrown around in discussions about paranormal phenomena. Ghost mist is said to be present when spirits are around, taking various forms like swirling fog in a cemetery or a cloud of smoke in a supposedly haunted location. It's not just a Hollywood gimmick. This kind of mist is often featured in scary movies because many believe it's the real deal. There are several theories that aim to explain the nature of this mysterious mist. Some experts in the paranormal field suggest that ectomist is actually the lingering energy or remnants left behind by spirits. On the other hand, some believe that the mist is not just leftover energy, but rather spirits themselves, having actively transformed into a gaseous state. They say the spirits do this to move around more easily, and possibly to attract attention to themselves. So whether you're a believer in the supernatural or just intrigued by the unexplained, this strange green mist captured on video definitely gives us all something to talk about. In our next clip, we dig into yet another mysterious UFO sighting. By this point, it seems like nearly every city and country around the globe had had its own UFO encounter. And now Ireland is joining the list. In the footage we're about to show you, there's an unusual object spotted floating in the sky. The movement of this object is notably slow and steady, which makes it all the more intriguing. From a distance, the object appears to have a rather peculiar shape and is dark in color. This has led to a wave of speculation online about what it could possibly be. Some people commenting on the video have suggested that it's most likely just a balloon floating aimlessly. Others have chimed in to say it looks more like a drone, although it doesn't exactly match the typical appearance we've come to expect from drones. So, the million-dollar question remains. Can we safely assume that this is an extraterrestrial craft? It's a topic open to debate, but one thing's for sure. It adds another layer of mystery to the ongoing conversation about UFOs and what they could potentially mean for us here on Earth. So there's this really bizarre video that's been making the rounds on the internet. It was captured on a security camera and later posted for the world to see. Now, This strange sighting took place late at night in the UK. If you watch the footage, you'll notice this really strange creature, almost unidentifiable, crawling down the side of a building. After that, it leaps onto the roof of a parked car and then sprints across the street, eventually vanishing into the darkness. So here's the big question. What are we actually looking at here? Is this some kind of undiscovered cryptid, but in a smaller, creepier form? Or could it just be something way simpler, like a spider that's crawling down right in front of the camera lens? We've all seen those optical illusions where something seems larger or smaller than it actually is because of the angle or the lighting. So maybe this isn't as paranormal or otherworldly as it first seems. I'm really curious to hear what you all think about this video. Is it a glimpse into the unknown or just a trick of the camera? In this video, we travel to a place that won't exactly remind you of Bigfoot. This place is rather dry looking, without the usual green plants and trees we see in lively nature spots. As you watch, you might notice a small moving shadow in this stark environment. Could this shadowy silhouette be the famous Bigfoot? The person who recorded the video certainly thinks so, and a lot of paranormal enthusiasts agree. Some point out that even though it walks like a person, it moves faster than any person could, lending credence to the Bigfoot theory. Personally, I'm not sure. I just can't tell. What's strange is that stories about Bigfoot usually don't tell of it walking out in the open like this. Is this possibly someone in a costume, or are we seeing genuine evidence? I'd love to hear what you think, so let me know. Check out this incredible black wolf. This specific video comes from Yellowstone Park. A massive wolf steps out of the forest and onto the pathway, clearly showcasing that it's a dominant male. Most adult wolves weigh around 60 to 70 pounds, though the heaviest documented tipped the scales at an impressive 143 pounds. While there's no denying their allure, a close encounter can be risky. These wolves are powerful hunters and can pose a real threat. The individual filming this scene did so from a car, ensuring they stayed at a safe distance. As tempting as it might be to approach, always prioritize safety and maintain a respectful distance. If you ever spot a wolf, especially one that looks as intimidating as this one. Just an insane video. Tornadoes absolutely freak me out. Watch this. I thought this would be a really cool clip to start this video off with. The face at the end totally creeped me out. This plantation from the era before the American Civil War has been transformed into a bed and breakfast, and it's got quite a reputation. The current owners claim it's one of the most haunted houses in the United States, and there are plenty of eerie stories to back that up. If you take a tour of this historic home, built way back in 1796, you'll hear all about Chloe. She's said to be the ghost of a slave who once lived on the property. The story goes that Chloe took revenge on her philandering owner by poisoning his children. Unfortunately for her, When the other slaves found out what she'd done, they took matters into their own hands and hanged her from a nearby tree. Since then, people have reported seeing Chloe's spirit wandering through the house. She's often described as wearing a white apron and a green turban. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Back in 2017, a group of women decided to check out the property and go on one of these spooky tours. They took a bunch of photos to document their experience, and when they looked back at them, they noticed something they hadn't seen before. Unbeknownst to them at the time, they had captured something or someone in one of their group photos that looked out of place. The owner of the bed and breakfast later shared this mysterious photo on their Facebook page. In the background of the picture, you can see a girl who seems to be peering in the window. People who've seen the photo have offered different opinions. Some say it could be Chloe, the ghostly girl, while others think it's just a trick of the light or a shadow. I'm not really sure what to think, but it definitely made me jump in my seat a little. Let me know what you guys think. What or who do you think was really captured in that photo? Here's trail camera footage captured on a notably chilly day in a secluded part of the woods. The guy who managed to record this was undoubtedly frightened, a sentiment that many of us might share given the circumstances. As you watch the footage, you'll notice a distinct large figure with thick, dark fur. This fur starkly contrasts with the pristine snowy background, making the creature stand out like a sore thumb. The way it moves suggests it's agitated, perhaps territorial as it shakes a nearby tree with immense power. The sheer force the creature is using on the tree gives the impression it could snap that thing in half, making the bark and branches look like twigs. When we closely analyze the creature's features, it definitely bears a significant resemblance to an ape. But its size is much, much greater, dwarfing any regular primate we know of. Considering its size, appearance, and the region's folklore, you can't help but ask the question, could we be looking at the legendary Bigfoot, the creature spoken of in whispers and often dismissed as mere folklore? Yet here we see some type of creature shaking this tree, so the evidence seems compelling. Realizing the potential danger and significance of his discovery, the person who captured this footage decided it best to get the heck out of there. You can't really blame him for prioritizing safety. However, he perhaps left behind more questions than answers about the mysteries of this wild creature. I hope this email finds you well. My name is Francisco, and I'm reaching out from Roswell, New Mexico. You know, the famous UFO place? Yeah, that's the one. I've been watching your channel for a while now, and after a recent, quite unnerving experience in my own garage, I thought of sharing it with you. I've attached a couple of videos that my security camera captured. You might find them interesting. It was a usual quiet night here. My family was asleep, and just before heading to bed, my phone buzzed with a motion alert from my garage security camera. I wasn't expecting to see much, maybe a stray cat or some wind-blown trash, but when I played back the footage, I saw this glowing yellow ball just floating around. It looked like a basketball-sized orb of light moving slowly and seemed to be looking around, if that makes any sense. Now, I've heard enough tales growing up here about mysterious happenings, so I didn't dare go out and check. I just watched on my camera as this orb moved around. After what felt like forever, I got another notification, showing the orb leaving the garage and disappearing into the night. The next morning, I went into the garage. Everything looked normal, but there was this cold spot right where the orb had been. Super weird. I'm not really sure what to make of it. So I thought I'd send it over to you folks. Maybe your viewers have seen something like this? Or perhaps you might have an idea what this was. Respectfully, Francisco. Yeah, I have to say that looks strange. The weirdest part is that the orb flew in and set off the camera, and then roughly 2 hours later, it flew out of the garage and set off the camera again. Let me know what you guys think. This TikToker stumbled upon something really mysterious while exploring the woods at night during a live stream. In the dead of night, with the trees casting shadows all around him, he came face to face with a glowing pair of eyes.
Why does that look human?
The eyes were peeking out from behind a tree in the pitch-black darkness of the forest. Realizing he had just discovered something strange and possibly important, he quickly urged his viewers to take screenshots to help document the eerie event. Curiosity getting the better of him, he decided to cautiously approach the spot where he'd seen the glowing eyes. But when he finally got there, the creature had vanished into thin air. Digging a little deeper, quite literally, he found a hollowed-out area of ground right where the creature had been standing. He stepped into the hole, and it was so deep that it came up to his knees. The online community started buzzing with theories. Some viewers suggested it could be a Sasquatch, which is basically a huge, hairy humanoid creature that some folks believe exists in the northwestern United States and western Canada. The name Sasquatch actually originates from a Salish word meaning wild men. You might also know this creature by its other popular name, Bigfoot. It's considered to be North America's answer to the Himalayan Yeti, or the abominable snowman. But of course, not everyone was convinced. Skeptics were quick to point out that the glowing eyes could easily be a trick of the light, or perhaps just a nocturnal animal like a raccoon. As for the hollow ground, they explained that it might simply be the result of damp, sinking soil, not necessarily a footprint of some mysterious creature. So what do you think the guy actually saw during his live stream? Was it just a trick of the eyes in some swampy ground? Or could it have been something far more mysterious? In the quiet town of Middleton, Ohio, a mysterious sight left both its residents and experts scratching their heads. On the night of June 21st, 2023, around 10:30 p.m., rotating green lines appeared in the sky, captivating those who saw it. These lines seemed to dance and twirl in the air, performing an odd aerial ballet. After a while, they swiftly darted across the expanse of the night sky and disappeared. Bryce Garrick, a local, was among those who witnessed this bewildering event. Quick to act, he pulled out his phone and managed to capture the spectacle. The video showed a glowing object, moving in a clockwise direction, and then rapidly darting away. Yet, despite the buzz this created among the townspeople, the Butler County Sheriff's Office mentioned they hadn't received any calls regarding the anomaly. Even their dispatchers were at a loss for words, unable to provide any reasonable explanation for what people had seen. Brian Simpson, who leads the Cincinnati Astronomical Society, commented on the incident. He pointed out that the speed of the light seemed too fast for any drone we currently know of. However, he was also quick to remind everyone that, in this digital age, videos can be manipulated with graphics software that's easy to get. For Simpson, the real measure of authenticity lies in having multiple independent reports, suggesting that at least 20 different accounts would help validate such a sighting. Motivated to dig deeper, he announced plans to further investigate this particular incident. Interestingly, this event in Middleton followed a recent public meeting held by a NASA panel. The subject? Hundreds of reports of unidentified flying objects. The NASA panel noted commonalities in these sightings. The objects were often small or round, with colors ranging from silver, translucent, or white. Most were observed flying at altitudes between 10,000 to 30,000 feet. Some were reported moving at blistering speeds, while others hovered motionless. Curiously, these objects didn't seem to emit any exhaust, hinting at unconventional methods of propulsion. NASA, while stopping short of labeling these as extraterrestrial, did acknowledge the mysteries surrounding their exact origins. This sentiment echoed a 2021 statement from the Pentagon which mentioned that out of 144 military pilot reports since 2004, all but one remained unsolved. Finally, NASA emphasized its commitment to creating an open dialogue around these sightings. They pointed out the stigma attached to reporting UFOs, mentioning that many commercial pilots often hold back from sharing such experiences. The agency also expressed concerns over online harassment targeting scientists brave enough to dig into these mysterious events. Now, as always, let me know in the comments where you stand on these potential sightings. In this video, we're treated to scenes of a thriving natural environment with tall trees and young plants bursting to life. It might seem like just another beautiful display of nature, but there's more to it. As you watch, keep your eyes peeled. A distinct dark shape emerges, subtly moving deeper into the woods. This isn't just any random animal. The paranormal enthusiasts came out of the woodwork with theories on this one, and rightly so. Some initially thought it might be an ape or a bear. But when you take a closer look, the creature's size, fur color, and overall appearance don't match that description. So what could it be? Obviously, the most exciting theory is Bigfoot. Given the undisturbed and remote setting of this video, it might just be a genuine Bigfoot sighting. But, as always, we leave it up to you. What do you think? Personally, the video seems a little glitchy, and I feel like that figure would be pretty easy to edit into a video. The best clue to this being a real Bigfoot is the branch with leaves on it that is clearly in front of the figure, making it seem that the creature's behind the shrubbery. Anyhow, dive into the mystery with us and share your thoughts and theories. I've seen more and more of these images popping up all across the internet. These pics are being sent into various channels with a few similarities in all of them. 1. I'm sure the sender wanted to remain anonymous and undisclose their location. 2. The pictures are always in this particular stance and have a few extra fingers. This has most likely been created by artificial intelligence. But for the moment, let's pretend it's not. What do we have here? At a first glance, the creature strongly resembles a chimpanzee due to its prominent features, especially the slender arms, legs, and elongated body. However, its face, the deep-set eyes, and some other peculiar traits make it seem out of this world. At moments, I even sense it has a sloth-like appearance, but that could just be my perception playing tricks. What adds to the mystery is that this was captured in a place where there are no known apes. What do you guys think? Can anyone place what this animal might be? If you've come across something similar or have any insights, please share in the comments. For me, I am lost as to what this could be. The video that's making the rounds on TikTok is both fascinating and chilling, and it was shot just this year in 2023. The footage comes straight from Thailand and features a security guard who's on the night shift, doing what security guards typically do. He was reportedly answering a call about some kind of disturbance on the property. But here's where things get really weird. While he's talking on his walkie-talkie, the camera catches something strange floating in midair. Now, people who've seen this video are buzzing with speculation, and a lot of them think what we're seeing could be a Krasue. For those who don't know, a Krasue is a spirit from Southeast Asian folklore. It's basically the floating head of a young and beautiful woman. But here's the creepy part. Her internal organs dangle below her as she floats. She's not just hanging around for fun either. This creature is driven by an insatiable hunger and thirst, and she's most active at night. But come daylight, she's got to return to her body, which looks like any regular human being. You might even bump into her during the day and not know it, although she'd probably look pretty tired. To protect themselves from the Krasue, a lot of locals take some pretty unique precautions. They'll put spiky plants around their homes to keep the spirit from getting too close. And that's not all. After a baby is born, the family will often bury the placenta far away from the village. The belief is that this keeps the Krasue from haunting the area. So the big question is, did this TikTok video just give us real evidence that the Krasue exists? It's a question that's sparking a lot of debate and drawing attention from people all around the world. In the town of Caxambu, Brazil, an unusual event caught the attention of people around the world. A video clip went viral, sparking a whirlwind of speculation and curiosity among internet users. Shared by someone on Reddit, this video showcases what appears to be a glowing humanoid figure perched atop a hill. As you watch, it becomes evident that this glowing presence is considerably larger than normal, especially when compared to the other people milling about, who look tiny in contrast to this glowing being. However, there's an intriguing aspect to this video that caught the eyes of many. The glowing figure doesn't move at all. It's completely still throughout the entire clip. This little detail has given skeptics some ammunition. They argue that what we're seeing might not be some mysterious glowing creature or entity. Instead, it could be a large, non-living object that's merely catching and reflecting the sun in such a way that it appears to glow. Think of how sometimes, at the right angle, a building's windows might reflect sunlight so brightly that it's almost blinding. But even with this skeptical viewpoint, it's hard to deny the allure of the video. The internet couldn't get enough of it. The original post gathered thousands of upvotes, and before long, it was being shared and discussed on various other social media platforms. People everywhere were throwing out their theories, trying to explain the unexplained. Was it an elaborate prank? A trick of the light? Or something truly unworldly? The chatter hasn't died down. Even now, people continue to discuss, debate, and wonder about this mystery. The video from Brazil has turned into one of those internet phenomena that keeps people talking, uniting strangers in their shared curiosity and desire to uncover the truth behind the inexplicable. Our next clip is an intense video showing a creepy red-eyed entity chasing some guys through a forest. Is this footage genuine, or just another staged video seeking online attention? Let's dive in. This video was taken during nighttime, so the clarity isn't great. Still, we can follow the action. As the cameraman flees, he occasionally looks back, capturing the creature's glaring red eyes. Interestingly, these eyes blink, suggesting it's not just some artificial light. The video is all over the place. At one point, it captures a guy leaping off a ridge into a river, escaping the relentless pursuer. He seems to regroup with his pals, but those menacing eyes remain on their trail. Given they're being pursued by what appears to be a cryptid, it's understandable that the footage isn't cinema quality. However, it does remind one of the found footage style popularized by movies like the Blair Witch Project. So, is this a genuine recording or just some folks trying to create a buzz? Suppose it's real for a second. What could this red-eyed creature be? While the video doesn't clarify, the famous cryptid known for its eerie red eyes is the Mothman, which, as some accounts suggest, chases people who disrupt it. What were these guys up to before the chase began? Did they provoke this entity? Let me know if you think this is real or recognize the creature, or if this is all just a big dumb hoax.